This railing here was a little longer and had a step down. Sorry, I hit my stop button by accident. But it had multiple levels, so you had a level place there. It came down, leveled out again, came down, and then angled down to the ground. So it's a little bit longer rail, but all this is the same. People wonder why I choose to use 1x2. You don't see 1x2 as often in railings. Well, there's a few reasons I do this. You can use an 1.5 inch square. Some people use an 1.5 inch square. But if I use the 1x2, when you use the 1.5, when you come down here, where it meets here, sometimes that's a little thick there, and it just feels a little weird. So I like to keep the 1 inch consistency in the frame, but yet with the 2 inch width from the side, it looks really nice. It's got a nice heavier look to it. But from the end, it appears a bit thinner, but that goes with the thickness of the railing. So I think aesthetically, I think it looks really good. It's also a practical way in building them. I can get a good true flat rail with the post being the same thickness as the bottom rail and the top channel rail up underneath there, the C channel that's underneath there. So again, I do not use hollow balusters for the balusters. I do not use hollow tubing, because hollow tubing, while I understand why people use it, it will sweat internally, and if you don't put internal weep holes, I have seen numerous railings, and I have replaced railings where the tubings fill up with water and bust. And some people rectify that by not welding all the way around. So they'll just weld two sides and let the water weep out, and then you have a rust problem right there. So I just prefer, just in my rails, not to do that. I'm not condemning anybody else in their railings at all. We all have the way we do it. But in doing this, you get a heavier rail. It's definitely a little heavier. It's heavier for me to haul around, but I think it feels much more substantial, and I'm not worried about anything filling up with water, because again, all of the posts have weep holes in the bottom. So this is, I don't talk about these a lot, because this is, honestly, this is just some fabrication work I do. A lot of people know me from my forge work, and I still do that for people, but I also do my fair share of railings. I deal mainly with homeowners. I don't deal with a lot of contractors. Not always. So, like, sometimes contractors, I can't meet their time constraints, because when it gets to the end of the job and they're ready to put railings on, sometimes being a one-man shop, I just cannot meet their time constraints. So generally I work for homeowners. So, and I will come out and meet the homeowner and talk to them, get to know them, build a relationship with them, hopefully, show them pictures of my product. But this is just a real basic railing. I can go in and either put scroll work in here, or collars. There's decorative collars, all kinds of ways you can dress it up. But for just what most people want, just a plain, simple railing, this is my version of the plain and simple residential railing. I can do this for commercial properties too, but they end up being, they have to be 42 inches tall, and then they have to have a drop rail down in here to hold on to. So that's a whole different animal, more expensive there, because you got more labor, more materials, and all of that. But if you need some railings on your house, something like that, please feel free to give me a call, or pass my name along. I always appreciate when people pass my name along, because my business is all word of mouth. And so I could be glad to come. I'm in the Middle Tennessee area, and most of the time, if you're within about a 30-minute drive or so, I don't have to have a gas surcharge or anything like that. Sometimes I have to build in a little bit more if I have to drive a distance to come to it. So I'm really in the Murfreesboro area, between Murfreesboro and Woodbury. So that's where I'm located. Again, all of these will be powder coated, double powder coated. And thank you for taking time watching this. And if I can answer any questions, please feel free to respond here on the video, and I will try to make sure I take a look at that and answer any questions you may have. Or you can go to my website, which is joebrownblacksmith.com, joebrownblacksmith.com, and there is a contact page on there where you can reach out to me. Thank you for looking, and thank you for sharing. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.